Hi there, my name is Keelin Claffey and I'm a solicitor at Latitude Law. In this video, I'll be discussing the closure of Appendix Family Reunion Sponsors with Protection and the options that refugees in the UK now have for bringing their family members to the UK to join them. On the 4th of September 2025, family reunion applications closed to new applicants. The UK government announced that any applications submitted prior to the closure of this route would continue to be processed. So if you submitted an application on or before the closure of the route, it will still be considered in line with the usual service standard at UKVI. Refugees now have the option to bring family members to the UK under Appendix FM of the immigration rules, which is the standard route that British citizens, and usually those with indefinite leave to remain not on a protection route, would use in order to bring their family members to the UK. The threshold for this route is significantly higher than what the threshold was under Appendix Family Reunion of the immigration rules. This means that sponsoring spouses with protection status in the UK would now need to satisfy the minimum income threshold. They would also need to provide evidence that the applicant can satisfy an English language requirement, which usually requires the applicant overseas to sit an approved English language test. And there's also a requirement to provide evidence of suitable accommodation in the UK that will be available to the sponsor and their spouse, partner, or other relatives or children who they are sponsoring to bring to the UK. It is possible to bring dependent children who are overseas to the UK under this route. However, if the child's other parent is not applying, the sponsoring parent, that's the person who's in the UK, needs to evidence that they have sole responsibility for the child that they want to bring to the UK, which is a higher threshold than what was previously under the family reunion rules. It is also possible to bring adult dependent relatives to the UK under Appendix Adult Dependent Relative of the immigration rules, which has notoriously high thresholds and unfortunately a very high refusal rate and tends to be quite a complicated route. It is also possible for some sponsors to continue to bring children to the UK under Appendix Child Relative Sponsors with Protection, and that would apply to grandparents, siblings, step-parents, uncles and aunts with protection status in the UK that want to bring an overseas child in the UK to join them. So that route has not closed and is still open to new applications. Finally, there's always the option to submit an application for leave outside of the rules. So if there's no specific route that applies to an overseas relative that wants to come to the UK to join somebody with protection status, then they can always make an application for leave outside of the UK's immigration rules also. It's important to note that for any of these applications, there are usually fee waivers available as well. So if fees are now a major concern, as they were not concerned under the family reunion route, then a fee waiver might be available to you and to your relative. If you have any questions about the recent changes to the immigration rules that were implemented on the 4th of September, please contact Latitude Law to see how we can help you.